Hi, and welcome back to today's morning report. Charter Process on Wednesday, the 16th of September, with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Handset Markets. The dollar yen chart now, and the moves that we saw yesterday on dollar yen pretty much just sum up how difficult it is trading forex currencies at the moment. Look at these candles over the last sort of 5 days. We've got very small bodies, quite long tails. Shows no really decisive moves, and yesterday we did have what looked to be becoming a decisive move. It was actually breaking the initial support or the initial pivot at 119.60, and then just completely and utterly turned around again. But you would say that there is a slight tendency of lower highs and lower lows on this chart. That's fine, and you'd also point towards the hourly momentum as well, the hourly RSI, which is falling over around sort of the low 60s, going back towards 30. So there is a slight bearish bias, but you wouldn't say that it's particularly easy to trade. And I think perhaps you'd need to be trading it on a very near-term basis, very short-term intraday basis, because it does tend to have these big, sharp sort of moves where you start to think you're going to get some direction, then a big sort of retracement happens. So I think you'd be sort of looking out for possible shorting opportunities with this sort of downtrend that you've got in place here. But just be very careful, because obviously you've got the resistance overhead, and if that starts to be broken, 120.65 is the rally high that we saw yesterday before the initial sell-off, and that rebound is sort of topped out just underneath that. So there is a slight element of bearish bias, and you'd be favouring short positions near term rather than long positions, certainly. But I think it's just sort of playing around the edges until we get this FOMC meeting, which ultimately I think is going to drive significant direction on this chart. But in the very near term, sort of today and into tomorrow morning, maybe you can sort of eke out a few sort of shorts. But it doesn't really look as though it's too much of a decisive outlook on this chart in the near term, and that's probably with the Fed in mind anyway. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.